decorated war hero of World War II.
General Eisenhower, at the end of the war, summarized it, said there were 3 weapons that were decisive. The Jeep was one of them.
On the eve of World War II, the U.S. government, desperate for a general-purpose vehicle, requested submissions from various car companies. The government chose the American Bantam Car Company's design, a lightweight 60-horsepower, 4-wheel drive vehicle with a top speed of 65 miles per hour. After grueling tests, the Army fell in love. Soldiers first shortened General Purpose to GP, or Jeep. The name stuck, but the vehicles rarely did. The demand was so high that the government asked other companies to produce Jeeps.
It enabled our troops to go mechanized anywhere that the enemy was. We didn't have to rely on foot power. The Jeep was used as a reconnaissance vehicle. In the desert and elsewhere, it was armed and used as an assault vehicle. It was used for cargo. It was used for medevac. There were more than 400,000 of them made.
The Jeep became a much-loved symbol of World War II. After the war, Jeep manufacturers continued making them. Today, Daimler Chrysler sells 84,000 Jeeps a year.
World War II Jeeps by Jason Shue
and Dylan McElveen.
There was many advantages of the Jeep because it was small and compact. It could be transported to battle areas by planes or gliders or even dropped by a parachute. The Jeeps had a lot of names. It was called a quarter ton because of the payload capacity. Some called it GPW because in the Ford plant parts, G stood for government contract vehicle, P stood for an 80-inch wheelbase, and W for the design license that Ford signatured from Williams. Also, people called it the Little Hill Jumper after supernatural dog named Eugene.
The Jeep had to have 4-wheel drive with a front-driven axle and a 2-speed transfer unit. The engine had to generate 85 foot-pounds of torque and carry a 660-pound payload, including a .30 caliber machine gun on a 75-inch wheelbase. Its rectangular body had to seat 3 passengers with a fold-down windshield. It operated from 3 to 50 miles per hour. It couldn't weigh no more than 1,300 pounds. Also, the Jeep had become the goodwill ambassador for the United States, carrying everything and everyone to privates to generals and presidents.
The home front affected American society, which boosted its in production in wartime. Material also industries increased by demand to keep up with the war effect, and the labor was primarily provided by women because there was the draft back then. Then the United States brought 60,000 Jeeps.
The U.S. grew domestically, created millions of jobs for men and women in the military, and all the resources that they need to were made by women. The farmers had lots of jobs to do because the world was very desperate, and it helped generate enormous advantages in technology and in the automotive design. There was 135 American automakers to produce the vehicle, and only one company met the Army's deadlines. The company was a small auto manufacturer called American Bantam Car. The Army wanted a vehicle that had 4-wheel drive, a pedestal to hold a machine gun, space between the bottom of the vehicle and the ground, and a cooling system to allow the vehicle to drive extended periods without the vehicle to overheat.